Hello, everyone. I have with me the very spectacular Regent alum, journalistic alum, Miss Eva Mazzilla. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me. How are you?
Good. So we made history officially as of today, as of yesterday, last night.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're gonna get into it, right? So
Awesome.
how significant do you believe this election was?
Well, there's a lot of factors to consider with this particular election. First, being that we actually have had the most votes counted in history for this 2020 election. Biden, with his 50.5%, ended up with 74,575,812 votes. And then Trump, with his 47.7%, ended up with about 70,399,780 votes. As according to the Washington Post, that is the most votes ever casted to this day in any election. According to CNBC, early voting in 2020 actually surpassed the 2016 elections with 28 million early voters compared to 2016's mail-in and in-person voters.
Really great to know. So the most recorded in history voted in this election. It was so precedent and important, and many factors played into it. So why do you think that this election took so long to project an elected winner?
Well, again, there are many factors that come to play. It is 2020 after all. So here's what we know. Trump was very confident about his ability to win Arizona. As of today, actually, 90% of Arizona's votes have been tallied. So Associated Press has confirmed having a 0.5% lead, meaning only confirmed 18,610 votes separated the two candidates from the 11 electoral college votes. Some might attribute Trump's Arizona loss to his comments made towards the late Senator John McCain.
Of religious conservatives today, Donald Trump sparred with CBS pollster Frank Luntz over Senator John McCain.
He's not a war hero.
He's a war hero.
He's a war hero.
5.5 years.
He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay? I hate to tell you.
Trump didn't stop there. He also questioned McCain's intelligence.
I said he graduated last or second to last. He graduated last in his class at Annapolis. And he was upset. I said, why? For telling the truth? See, you're not supposed to say that somebody graduated last or second to last in their class, because you're supposed to be, like Frank says, very nice.
Reaction exploded on social media. Out of the 14 GOP hopefuls, 13 jumped to McCain's defense. Jeb Bush tweeted, "Enough with the slanderous attacks. Senator John McCain and all our veterans, particularly POWs, have earned our respect and admiration." Senator Lindsey Graham tweeted, "If there was ever any doubt that he should not be GOP standard bearer, his growing mountain of stupid statements should end all doubt." On the stump, GOP candidate Scott Walker didn't hesitate to call out Trump.
I denounce Donald Trump for that. He needs to apologize to Senator McCain and all the other men and women who wore the uniform.
At a press conference later in the day, Trump went on the defensive over his deferment during the Vietnam War.
Because I was going to college, had student deferments, and it's a long time ago, had student deferments, then ultimately had a medical deferment because of my feet. I had a bone spur.
Less than 2 hours after leaving the stage, Trump tweeted, "Captured or not, all our soldiers are heroes." Just before that, McCain's daughter Meghan tweeted, "I can't believe what I am reading this morning. Horrified, disgusted. There are no words." Jim?
He simply discredited him as a war hero. In the Vietnam War, 1967, John McCain's plane was shot down. Trump actually said, "Does being captured make you a war hero? I don't know. I'm not sure." And that just didn't sit right with most people in Arizona. They have a lot of respect for the late Senator John McCain. It's additionally significant because Arizona has been a red state for 24 years. So this is the first time in 24 years that Arizona has turned blue.
Wow, that's as old as I am. That's crazy.
Now, during this election, Trump's campaign, if I'm not mistaken, is the first not to concede after a projected loss. It is also the fourth president not to be reelected for a second term and is the first to try and sue multiple states, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Georgia, as he slipped behind Democrat Joe Biden in the hunt for the 270 electoral college votes needed to win the White House. I feel as if these states left care more about accuracy than speed at this point in the count.
Definitely. Especially with the threats that former
Yes.
President Trump is giving to these states, threatening to sue. Now, some have been thrown out by the Supreme Court, but this is just being a sore loser at its greatest definition.
It's historic in every way.
Yes, 100% breaking barriers. Now, what does this election mean moving forward?
Well, this election means so much. Hope, endurance, and unity. We've endured 4 years of division in this country, and it's time to move forward. No matter what party we come from, red or blue, Biden made it clear that he wants to work for all of America, and as Americans, that's what we will hold him accountable to do. For the first time in history, we have our first elected woman vice president, also the first minority vice president, along with being the first woman to hold the office. Senator Kamala Harris is also projected to be the nation's first Black and Asian American vice president in history, according to NBC and the AP.
Wow.
Yes.
That's emotional.
Emotional. It's extremely emotional.
For sure. And as we look, what does the voters, what out of the statistics do we have currently is the difference? What do people care more about?
If we look, voters broadly prefer Biden over Trump on a number of issues that voters consider critically important in this race, including coronavirus outbreak. 59% prefer Biden to 38% prefer Trump. Similar to healthcare, 59% side with Biden, 39% side with Trump. And racial inequality in America, 62% of voters would side with Biden, as 36% of voters would side with Trump.
100%. And even in the speech of once it was elected that Joe Biden and Kamala had won this election, you just see the difference for the first time since 4 whole years. We heard what it's like to speak like an actual president, an actual official, the inspiration, the emotion. It's amazing, and it's great to see what we have to look forward to. So thank you so much for taking the time for this interview. We highly appreciate you and your journalistic integrity. Thank you guys so much, and have an amazing day. And we can't wait to see what 2021 has in store.
And I know times have been challenging, especially the last several months. The grief, sorrow, and pain, the worries and the struggles. But we have also witnessed your courage, your resilience, and the generosity of your spirit. For 4 years, you marched and organized for equality and justice, for our lives and for our planet. And then you voted. And you delivered a clear message. You chose hope and unity, decency, science, and yes, truth. You chose Joe Biden as the next president of the United States of America.